third try is the term. I have recorded it 3 times in case you don't know. Well, basically I'm doing a Hammer map. Hammer is the map editor for Team Fortress 2 and Source games in general, whatever. You probably already know this, and if you don't, good news. Now you know. And it's like a trade map. It's nothing too serious, just something goofy, you could call it. And this is gonna be like my first log, and this log series sequences I'm going to make, I'm not guaranteed to do it. I could stop at any time, just to let you know. What I'm doing here is like record myself and plug into the mic about issues I find with Hammer and just ranting about them in general, right? So this is the first episode, you could call it, of that series. I have tried recording this 3 times, but I accidentally skip destroying the recording, which is fun. But in any case, let's begin. So I'd like to start with this shit. This looks pretty easy. It's a prop static, which means it doesn't do anything in the map. It's heavily efficient, and it's all good and good. But the thing is, in order for something to be a prop static, it needs to be specified in the QC code itself for it to be a static. And this thing used to not be static. It used to be only dynamic. This wasn't checkmarked. So what I had to do was download Crowbar, this thing, which let me decompile models into QC files and models and shit. And this is the QC file of the current model of Obama Prism, which I don't have the original model for Obama Prism because I just completely destroyed it. Maybe not very smart, but whatever. This was kind of a test one. So in order for this thing to be a prop static, it has to have this line of code up here. So I put it manually. The thing is, that doesn't necessarily work, because it also has to have only a single sequence, which this thing didn't have because it used to have the animation of the spin, as well as this and others, and 2 other more that I don't fully remember what they were. And it also has to have the defined mode as static prop, and no other modes, just bones, just this one. So I had to delete this thing and delete the sequences. Okay, now this sounds easy, right? But like at the time I didn't know anything about this, so it took me like 3 or 4 hours to figure out what the hell I needed to do to turn a dynamic prop into a static prop. Because, yeah, you cannot put a prop static if it's not checked as static for some reason. But that does not always seem to work. And this is why. An example of why it doesn't work. I tried doing everything with this one. I entered the QC file, I put static prop, I deleted all sequences, I did everything I could, I wasted too long on this shit, and it doesn't even work anymore. Like, it doesn't work. I cannot put this into a proper static. Now, it looks all fine and dandy here, doesn't it? But if you open the map itself, it's not working. Let me show you what I mean. Alright, so we're in the map. I'm gonna show you what I mean. Because I broke a jumper, but I did a
Give them hell, boys!
Jesus. That was kind of annoying. So, for some reason it's like this. That's why it was floating in the Hammer map. I moved it around. And when you look at it from a certain angle, or side more like, it does not appear. For some reason. I don't know why. Like, I don't know what I did. But I certainly did something. I don't know what...
Charge!
But, yeah. So that was... I wasted like 4 hours on this crap, mind you. So that was fun. And this one was really easy to do, not once I learned everything. It was still annoying, because this also, like the original model, has no static checkmark. So it's like, you cannot put it as a prop static. So I had to also modify the QC file, but this was significantly easier. No static, and because this has these sequences, so it can be a static, and it also doesn't have the $sign prop static in it. This one only has one sequence, the prop static. It can set, and I put it the prop static thingy, so it can be put as static. But yeah, that was way easier since I actually understood what I was doing that time. And now, I'm not done yet. I want to talk about the water. So you see, the water somehow is able to detect leaks. Like anywhere on the map. If there's a leak, the water will tell you, and pretty clearly so. Right now it works fine because I actually managed to fix it after like another 3 hours or something. Like, hell, maybe even 6. Because this wall used to be a found underscore wall. Now it's not a found underscore wall, I don't know what it is, it's like the default thingy. But because this was a found underscore wall, the game used to think this was nothing, like this. And if it's nothing, let me show you what happens. It does not, it's like staring into the void itself for some reason. Like the water can detect leaks. Literally. But it still works as water. So I guess it's not fully broken, but it's still very bloody annoying. It took me so long to fucking figure this one out for no reason. So yeah. At least I figured it out. So I guess this pretty much just wait. To show you what I mean, now that there's a wall, if I enter the game again, if you enter the world again, you will see, and I hope it's fixed. If not, then I have a see, it can detect leaks, which leaks are basically just holes that go into the void. I don't know why, but like, that happens, I guess. Like anywhere on the map, like that you saw it, that was completely unrelated. At least you gotta figure it out. So yeah, this was my first log, and yeah, I'll see you next time, I guess. I don't know.